Today's the day we experiment to make pasta with my new attachment on my mixer. This is actually called an extruder because you put the dough in here and it comes out here. There are different sizes of plates that I could use to make pasta. So I just want to show them to you. It came with 6 of them. These are the little plates, okay? Each one is different. There are different sizes of pasta that would eventually come out of those little holes. Like this one here is for small pasta. So you could see what it looks like, those little holes. So today I'm going to work on this one here, which is going to be a larger pasta. And it's got a little thing on here that turns. That's what cuts the pasta. So yesterday I spent the whole day. I had to order some new flour because it calls for this type of flour. It calls for Caputo chef's flour, which is 00 flour, and semolina flour. And it's altogether different than baking. The way I usually bake my bread is with these 2 flours in my bread machine. So once I got my order from Amazon and I got my flour, I decided I would try a recipe. So I made up a small recipe yesterday, and it said to wrap it up in plastic wrap and keep it in the refrigerator until you're ready. And you can keep it up to 3 days. So I thought that's what I would do. Now, the difference in the 2 flours is 00 flour. I'd never heard of it before, but it's a durum wheat, while the regular flour is not durum wheat. And this flour is very fine, and it absorbs water much more readily than the other flours do, so you would not need as much water as when you're making your dough consistency in it. So I did buy a couple bags of that also. So the first thing it says to do is on a sheet, go ahead and put your, hold on a minute here, here we go. Okay, I'm having a bad day this morning already. It's not going well. Okay. So, here's your mixer. Down here, I'm going to add some semolina flour. And that will, once the pasta comes through the extruder, it will keep the little pastas from sticking to each other. So as you're going to see, semolina flour is very fine, kind of a grainy type flour. So you have to keep something down there so that it stays nice and it keeps your pasta that's coming through the extruder nice and soft. Okay, so here we go. We're going to try this today. All right, I'm going to turn my machine on. There is my knob here. To 5. That's it, to turn to 5. So I'm going to have to talk a little loud so you can hear me. Getting it started. Getting my dough ready. What it says to do is to cut it in small cube pieces. We'll see what happens. The smaller they are, the better they will extrude out of and into this little guy right here. Okay? There we go. So, I put a few pieces in there. Takes a little bit of time for it to start mixing and turning around in there. eventually, hopefully, it'll come out this end. This also comes with a paddle, and this paddle is to tighten your piece on here, and it's also to push the dough down so that it nicely comes through and out this end. So if you look closely, you can see where it's starting to come out. Okay? I hope this works. Otherwise, I'll be taking another trip to UPS to send this back. But I think we're going to be okay. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, there we go. So here it comes. Can you see it all? Look at that, is very exciting. See it? There's my pasta coming out of there. So now what I have to do, when I'm ready to get it the size I want it to be, then I have to just turn my little thing this way or that way, and it slices it off. Okay? Now this dough that I'm making is just a plain white dough. There's no other, it's not a wheat. And then you can make them as long as you want to make them. And then you make them the size you want, then you slice it off like so. I'm going to do that right now. There. You see? Okay, those are really little. I think it's rigatoni I'm making, I'm not sure. Okay, so we put them in the semolina, and we wait till some more come through and cut. So it looks to me like I did this right, which makes me very happy. And it's a fun thing, it really is. You can experiment all different ways, make all different things with it. My mixer is a Cuisinart, so if you're looking at another brand, they also have them for that too. Now look at this one. These are going to be longer. Look at that little sucker. I love it. So they're coming out nicely, and it's working. You can make them as long as you want, or as short as you want. Make them just a certain length. So it looks to me like with the dough I have here, I have quite a bit here that I'm slicing off, and I'm putting in the extruder, and it will come out nicely. You can do lots with this. So now, as I'm waiting for it to come out, I can do one of two things. I could let it dry. I could make the pasta the way it is now, or I can set it here, and if I want to store it, I can just store it up to 5 days in the refrigerator, and then let it dry for an hour. Let it each one dry, the whole thing. Whoa, hello. Those are nice big ones. Look at that. You can let it dry, and then put them in plastic bag. And just as if you have a pasta in a box. That's what you do. Okay? Now, so what I'm going to do with this now is turn that off. Just kind of cut it where it's at. Okay? And I think what I might try to do, if I can get this thing off here, like so. All right. I unscrew this. Yeah, try to unscrew that. Well, I need something to use to turn it because it's on pretty tight. Okay, well, it's not going to work. So what I wanted to do was take this off and put another one. This is a rigatoni that I'm doing now. Come on, you turkey. Does not want to come undone. Maybe I can do it with this. And again, I am not an expert on this, as you can, oh, I did it, all right. All right, it unscrews like this. Okay, here's my little extruder. Here's the one I've been using. So, how about if I try, what is this one? How about if I try, this is a small macaroni. Whew, macaroni. We put that on like so, okay. When we put this back on, like this, okay. And there is our extruder ready to go. Let's try it again. Let's see what happens when we put this on. All right, here we go. We should be getting little pasta now. So kind of it's an experiment. I don't know if it'll work, but so far, so good. As you can look, they're starting to come through, these little pastas. And you can decide which ones you want to make. It's kind of a fun thing, and as they come through, sit down, and with the pasta, since this is a small macaroni, which it's called, you can make these as long as you want to. I kind of like the rigatoni. I think that they're very cool. And I think I'm going to keep this little bigger. It's a fun machine. Okay, these are getting nice and long. Come on. They take a while. You make them as long as you want. So if I were doing this now, this is what I could do with this is make this into small pasta that you would use when you, here you go. So that's the small pasta that you would put in like some kind of a chicken salad or shrimp salad or something like that. Anyway, that is my new toy. So I'm going to turn it off and continue to play with it a little bit because it is kind of fun. So today is going to be my fun day. It's a rainy, kind of a yucky day. It's getting colder again. Not too much we can do about it. But just stay safe, everyone. Stay well. Please stay well. Prayers to all those who are just in the hospital and not doing well with COVID. But I'm going to continue doing this. I may be here all day because I got a lot of dough here. It's a very fun thing to have. If you're going to get one, try it. You can always send it back if you don't like it. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.